The X-Men were the backbone of Marvel at one point, and so were the Fantastic Four. Only difference is, the X-Men were always cooler to me. But that's low-key not fair at all, because there's literally an infinite number of X-Men versus the 4 Fantastic Four. Maybe sometimes a little more than 4, but still. Now, there were still some GOATs, of course, don't get it twisted. Outside of the comics, they were kinda everywhere in the early 2000s, which means I grew up with some Hall of Fame adaptations of these characters. But oh my goodness, it has been a ghost town of mid for these dudes outside of some fire comics and a doodle stinky movie. Granted, Michael B. Jordan, Johnny Storm could have been some peak, not gonna lie. Everything's changing for this family this year though. Marvel Rivals has blessed these dudes, and we're getting a movie that seems like it could be some heat. I truly think the Fantastic Four might be back, dog. Peak game right quick. While I did grow up with the Fantastic Four, they really were never particularly my favorite Marvel team. The Avengers have always had at least a few GOATs on the team, and they had one of the greatest shows in the known universe on top of that. And the MCU rocket boosted that whole name into stardom, and they became even more legendary. And the X-Men, come on man, the X-Men may genuinely be Marvel's greatest IP, and 97 was a great reminder of why they're so fire. Don't even get me started on the Defenders, dog. This team is a sleeper hit of doom, but they're all so cool, bro. Look, what makes the Fantastic Four so different though is that these guys really are a family, and not in an X-Men kind of way where they be on some freaked out shit with each other. These four are a family in the most family kind of way ever. Reed and Sue are literally married with kids. Johnny's Sue's brother, and Ben is like, you feel me? He's here too. Nah, but actually though, Ben might as well be Reed's brother. That's why it hits more when they add honorary members, because it's like these motherfuckers is literally joining the family. Now, my personal favorite on the team is the Human Torch, Johnny Storm, the GOAT. It kind of had to be Johnny, bruh. This man is like if Ace was a little brother. That's literally perfect. And peep how Heat Blast copied this man's whole flow. That's influence right there. He simply is the flashiest on the team, both in abilities and in personality, and I love that shit. Granted, Sue Storm has grown on me a lot because I play her heavy in Rivals, and she is so fire here. I also realized she's most definitely the most cracked, busted, overpowered member on the team, and maybe the whole Marvel universe.
Shut your ass up.
Most cracked in the whole Marvel universe might be a bit of a reach, but look, she not that far off, bro. She might have given birth to the actual most cracked character, bro. Franklin is crazy. I be scrolling through the Bird app and I see feats I never even knew she had. She done one-shotted the Avengers, turned the inside out, blocked hits from the Hulk when this was literally seeing red, and 1v1 Doom, and won twice. It seemed like the title Invisible Woman really does not describe the crazy she is really capable of. Also, her force fields can turn into constructs. She too tough. Fang Grimm, aka The Thing, truly is the heart of the team and also has one of the most saddest existences, dude. Side note of Doom, the last name Grimm is so tough, nigga. Are you the Reaper? That's tough. Bro, imagine your last name being Grimm. That's tough. Next Grimm, next is Grimm. That should be cool. That should be tough. He was able to find love again though, which is beautiful. Shout out Alicia. Hey, peep his powers too, dog. I'm just now realizing this man Kirishima bit his whole flow and kept none of the drawbacks. The Fantastic Four still got motion, I guess. These is two unbreakable niggas. And then of course there's Reed Richards. We been knew Reed was on some legend shit though. This is truly a fantastic nigga. This man is the biggest big brain in the entire universe, especially in a universe full of some very big brain motherfuckers. That in itself is a crazy feat. Reed stretching is kind of uncanny and creepy sometimes though, I'ma be honest. He don't got the rubbery bounce this man Luffy has, so it's just a gelatinous ass nigga stretching and contorting in the freakiest of ways. Shout out him though. I'll never forget though, I seen this one panel of him literally stretching his eyeballs out on some like cartoon binoculars type timing, and look bro, that in live action would literally make my skin crawl. I'm good. Pedro Pascal, I don't need to see your damn eyeballs come out your sockets. I'm good. His stretching is still cool, but look, it be kind of creepy sometimes. The whole concept of the Maker is so fire too. We get to watch this alternate version of Reed slowly become one of the craziest, most nuttiest villains in the history of humanity, and it happens in the most organic way possible. Just imagine seeing that motherfucker get adapted into literally anything. The rival skin is clean too. I don't know the validity of this, but I heard that the Maker's helmet is like literally made out of his skin, and he morphed his face to like turn into that helmet type looking thing. That's crazy. Also, it's crazy how they really gave Johnny the coolest name out of these four. And Ben is the thing. I know that shit has to hurt. You not just a thing to me, bruh. You a real Ben. It's also cool how their powers all kind of represent their personalities in very interesting ways. But the best display of the Fantastic Four from my memories was the animated series they had in the early 2000s. World's Greatest Heroes. The art style was peak. The character designs were some flames. And that intro was Hall of Fame. Bars. Look at these suits too. The white torso segment bleeding into the arms is kind of cool. And peep how the thing got they set tatted on his chest. This was probably the first time I got a real grasp of all of their personalities, and they fit together so perfectly. It's beautiful. The moment we seen the Rivals designs for these characters, this was like the first I thought of. This series was also like the first time I seen alternate members of the team pop up. That She-Hulk episode was excellent. The whole idea of her being on the team is so cool to me, bruh. The B team members of the Fantastic Four are great because it feels more exclusive to see motherfuckers wear this emblem on their chest, you feel me? Spidey especially has such a great relationship with his family to the point where they really do see him as an extension of the shit. I need Peter Parker and Johnny Storm to meet in the MCU so bad. And look, dog, this might sound crazy, but hear me out. Spider-Man low-key belongs with them more than the Avengers. Low-key. That's family, bruh. Also, Ghost Rider was on this team at one point. That feels like the most random shit ever. But Marvel Rivals is really why I'm feeling the way I feel about this family right now. This is genuinely the first time I've ever been excited for some Fantastic Four shit. Like, playing these characters in Rivals is genuinely heating me up for this movie. Reed with the full beard is tough. Middle part Sue with the spikier hair and the big hoops of death is clean. And I didn't even know about Malice at all before the Rival skin. Her and Reed being hybrid type characters is so creative too. Reed is like tank and duelist fused together, while Sue is a mix between healer and duelist, which is genuinely such an interesting direction to go with these characters. I'm a big fan. I'm not saying Overwatch could never, but Overwatch could never. Also, shout out all my support demons, dog. I've taken a huge liking to Loki and Sue since my Rivals video. I literally said all I needed was my support, bruh, and then I found two. Loki to go, your powers are mine. And I'm putting the barrier up. I forgot what she says. I truly may never play DPS again. And Tank, I was never even on him in the first place. Human Torch and the Thing aren't out yet, but their designs are far more exaggerated than I'm used to, which is actually so perfect. The Thing is a lot more rockier than usual. Peep the spiky ass shoulders and the unevenness of the rock pattern, and he a wide body demon too, which makes him stand out even more. Human Torch got the Kazuya Mishima hair swoop of doom. It kind of makes him look like a Super Saiyan when he's on fire, which is cool as f. Because I'm a support warrior, I probably won't be playing him that often, but I gotta try him out at least a few times. Come on. Also, I kind of feel like their suits should be more blue than white. Like if the color palettes were swapped, it would genuinely be some 10 out of 10 shit. But the white does remind me of their Future Foundation look. Oh yeah, their appearances in Earth's Mightiest Heroes were wholesome as f too. Like they're actually friends with the Avengers and hang out. Like these really the homies. But the other Fantastic Four thing happening this year is of course their reintroduction to the big screen with Fantastic Four First Steps. Hey look, I'm kind of a big fan of the name First Steps. I really don't know why, but it just has a beautiful ring to it. Fantastic Four First Steps. It just sound, you feel me? It just sound cool. The trailer is probably gonna come out while this video is being made, which is the most ass timing ever, but I'm really hoping this movie is gonna look good.
She want me to freeze her. No, I'm not your Goku, baby girl, don't touch my heater.
Cause this is genuinely the first time I've ever been excited for the Fantastic Four ever. Thank you, Marvel Rivals. All of the concept art they've dropped looks so fire though, so I'm very optimistic about it. Their suits and some of the art they've dropped genuinely look perfect. Oh my goodness. I hope this translates to their actual physical forms in the movie, please. The only one of these actors in the main four I'm familiar with is Pedro Pascal, and he's fire in everything he's in, so I feel like he can make this work easily. Everybody else looks good too though. And the Thing got that super eyebrow skull protrusion which is fire. Johnny also had the classic lines in his suit when he was on fire, which is such a fun little Easter egg. The setting this movie's gonna take place in is mad creative too. An alternate retro futurist society that takes place in the 60s on some Jetsons. Count me in. Also shout out Herbie the Goat and the cat too. I'm excited to see how this movie goes, but also how these characters interact with the larger universe of characters in Doomsday and Secret Wars. Also, not gonna lie, it makes sense for Capcom to fuse all four of the family into one character for MVC3 to save roster space, but it would have been so fire to have them all be in the game. This might sound random, but look, you thought I wasn't gonna get at least one fighting game coming off? Come on.
on. Me, I'm just chatting.
I do need to see these motherfuckers in an MVC4. But if it's them versus like Miles or Nightcrawler or any of the X-Men back, respectfully keep them. We don't need this family in the roster that bad, but they would be cool to see. Also, I know I ain't really talk about Franklin or Valeria, but that's low-key because I kind of don't know that much about them. I know Franklin's like actually the most cracked character in all of fiction with his reality warping ass, creator mode ass powers, but I really don't know anything about Valeria, TBH. Also, side note to Doom, I got a new camera, so these videos are no longer shot on iPhone, but I low-key don't understand these settings at all yet. So look, give me a couple, you feel me, to really get my settings right. Also, that's why I was staring this way, because like I'm looking at the preview instead of like, but anyway, new camera boys, you feel me, new camera gang, you feel me, niggas got a new camera. I'm feeling cool. I didn't really talk about Doom either, and he's like the Fantastic Four, except honestly, Doom is just such a prolific ass dude that like he honestly might need a video of his own, because like he just exists in my brain, at least outside of the Fantastic Four at this point. He is everything, bro. That is everywhere. Like Doom has a foot in every single door of the Marvel universe. But yeah, shout out the Fantastic Four and shout out you.
I can't feel my face right now, I'm burning up. I got this feeling that I won't come down, like got this feeling that I won't come